Alan. He's one of our linemen. He just had his 5-year anniversary last Monday, the 8th.
Great, wonderful. Like to keep people on. Any old business? Seeing none, we'll move on to reports. City Council, Mr. Gilbertson.
Nothing new to report tonight.
Okay, Public Service Commission. General Manager's Report, Mr. Schmidt.
Sure. I got a couple items within the general manager's report. We received our preliminary drought adder rate notification. Currently, they are looking at doing a reduction in our drought adder, and that drought adder, again, can change from year to year. It can go up only so much, but they can take it down as much as they want or completely remove it. This year, they're going to take a portion of that, and I know we probably talked about this previously, but overall, it's looking like about a 3.5% decrease on the WAPA portion of the purchase power. Probably equates to about 0.25% to a 1% overall purchase power cost savings. Month of May, if we looked at our purchase power bill for WAPA, that would have saved us about $17,615. So we'll have our final notification that will come here in the fall. Usually we see that in about the October timeframe, right around that rate hearing time. So more to come on that. They're also going through their rate increase review right now. Their FERC notification just came the other day, so waiting to hear more on that as well too, and where they're going to land. We also, just a quick update, State of Minnesota Energy Assistance Funding. This is the LIHEAP program, the Low Income Heating and Energy Program. We just received notification a couple weeks ago that they were out of money for the year, and so the new calendar year will start October 1st, and we'll start going through our normal cold weather rule at that point in time. We did receive an award from 2022 for water fluoride quality. Typically this one is about a year later than it should be, but we did get that notification. Well, it's included in the packet. That helps with dental hygiene, as well as better to do it in the water treatment portion over just having customers do it on themselves, as there's some cost savings there for the customers if MPS takes care of that during the treatment process. We participated in the River Arts event on June 25th. We also participated in the Moorhead Business Association First Annual Expo. That was on June 27th. We are going to be participating in the Safe City Nights. That's on July 17th and July 31st. So one will be electric, one will be water. And tonight is the sponsorship for the open pool as well.
Oh.
So that's at 6:30. And that is all I have for my report.
Excellent. Thank you. I'd entertain a motion. Does anybody have any questions for Travis? Okay, let's go ahead and accept the report. I'd entertain a motion to do that.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Daly, seconded by Paulson, to accept the general manager's report. Gilbertson?
Aye.
Baker?
Aye.
Paulson?
Aye.
Daly?
Yes.
Thompson, yes. Okay. Lead and copper rule revision. Mr. Schmidt.
Sure, I'm going to have Jake Long, our water distribution manager, come up. He's going to speak to the report, what's going on, where we're at, what's to come, and I'll let Jake take over from there. Go ahead, Jake.
Thank you, Travis. Jake Long, Water Distribution Manager. The item tonight is just to provide an update regarding the new lead and copper rule revision that will take effect on October 16th of this 2024, and this will incorporate new compliance requirements for all public water systems. Just a little background, the United States Environmental Protection Agency and the Minnesota Department of Health regulate lead and copper in drinking water through the lead and copper rule. This was first published in 1991, and this regulation, which has undergone numerous revisions since 1991, it requires systems to monitor drinking water at customers' taps during a worst-case scenario sampling. As I mentioned, this lead and copper rule revision will take effect on October 16th. And according to the EPA, the revised requirements provide greater and more effective protection of public health by reducing exposure to lead and copper in drinking water. This is a big revision. It has many requirements for water systems to manage, and we've kind of broken them down into three main categories, in which I'm going to try to summarize the primary revisions from this new lead and copper rule revision, and how MPS has been preparing for this upcoming revision. The main categories are data management, public education and outreach, and sampling and field management. And the first category, data management, the primary requirement for this is that all water systems must complete a lead service line inventory of all services within the distribution system and submit the information to the EPA by October 16th of 2024. To accomplish this, MPS created the lead service line inventory project in 2022, which we've had many efforts to identify homes with lead service lines. We're in the process currently of submitting this information to the state, which the state requires it by August 15th of this year. And we also plan to report back with a report at the August 27th commission meeting with where we're at with our current inventory numbers for lead service lines and unknowns. Another requirement includes having this information publicly available and the lead service line inventory updated to the state annually. The next category is public education and outreach, and the primary requirement for this category includes annually notifying customers with a lead service line or with an unknown lead service line, and also providing them information on how to reduce lead in drinking water. And customers this year can expect a notification from us this fall, which is a requirement. And so they'll be expecting we'll be notifying them that they either have an unknown or a lead service line, and we'll again provide information on how to reduce lead in drinking water. Other requirements on this category includes more notification if sampling levels exceed the threshold within a certain time period. I think it's 24 hours we must notify them. And then another item is providing notification to customers during a replacement or a maintenance project in areas of lead service lines. Attached to this item is a pamphlet that we created for this year's projects, and we've been implementing that into this year's water main replacement projects. We've also attached on this item a helpful document from the EPA regarding lead in drinking water. And I also want to note that the MPS website is also a great resource for customers to learn about reducing exposure in lead in drinking water. And we also plan to continue to update our website as well. And the last category is a big one. It's sampling and field management. This category has several requirements, including new sampling and monitoring, and also developing a lead service line replacement plan. The revision has changed the sampling procedures with more stringent detail on collecting the samples to more accurately represent the water that's actually within the lead service line. Another requirement is water systems lead sampling that exceeds the new action level. It'll trigger them into additional planning, monitoring, and treatment requirements. The revision also includes that water systems with an action level exceedance will be required to work with its private primacy agency, which for us is the Minnesota Department of Health. And we've kind of jump-started this one. We've already working with MDH to strengthen our corrosion control treatment inhibitor from polyphosphate by adding additional orthophosphate. And lastly, another main item under this category is water systems will be required to develop a lead service line replacement plan, and this is where our pilot project kind of comes into place, which will help continue to guide our development of our replacement plan. Currently with our pilot project, we're in the process of preparing plans and specs, and we plan to bring back the approval to advertise for bid at the August 6th commission meeting. And we've also begun communication with the property owners of the 10 selected lead service line replacements, and we've had some really good feedback and a lot of interest on replacing their line. So again, the purpose of this report is just to give you an update on the upcoming rule revision and kind of where we're at, what we've been doing to prepare for it. And also want to take this time to note for customers who want to learn more about lead in drinking water to visit our website, and there's lots of helpful tips, easy tips that customers can do to reduce their exposure if they do have a lead service sign. And with that, I will open it up for any questions.
Questions? I have a question, and maybe you did this and I was spacing out or something, I don't know. What percent of the people, the customers are going to be getting these letters about the warning of the lead service lines or unknown lead service lines?
We don't have a final number. It's going to be, so our area where we really focused on lead service lines after reviewing past plans and specs and old water main cards and service cards, we had it narrowed down to about, I want to say it was about 3,000 to 4,000 customers, and we had a 60% completion rate, I guess, after our door knocking and our surveys came back. So we have 40% back, and so there'd probably be a couple thousand people that'll be getting this notification.
Thanks.
A lot
Also-
of them being unknowns.
Sure.
We have approximately 160 to 200 right now, depending on private and public lead service lines, but a lot of them will be unknowns just because we haven't physically been able to inspect it yet. And that number will go down once we get through our AMI metering exchange project, so.
And also a great article in the forum.
Thank you.
That was what I felt we were well represented, so thank you.
It actually allowed us to get a couple more people verified.
Oh,
Was it
good.
one or how many, Jake? We got
I
one?
believe we got one for sure,
Yeah.
but, so,
So, I also want to note that we did put a couple of attachments in here. There's going to be some of the communications that will be going out to the customers as well as we get further along in this.
Great. Well, thanks, Jake. I entertain a motion then to accept Jake's report on lead and copper rule revisions and service lines.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Paulson, seconded by Baker, to accept the report on lead rule revisions. Any discussion or questions? Then we'll take a vote. Gilbertson,
Aye.
Baker,
Aye.
Paulson,
Aye.
Daley,
Aye.
and Thompson, aye. Okay, item number 9, distribution maintenance supplemental service agreement with the city of Hillsborough.
Yep, I'll take this one. I kind of briefly updated you at our last commission meeting that we've been having some conversations with Missouri River Energy Services and Hillsborough. For a long time, Hillsborough utilized Nodak Electric as their outage crew, basically. They'd come in and take care of any outages or issues that they had going on in the system, distribution maintenance as well. Once Nodak Electric left town, they had an outpost in Hillsborough. They basically canceled that agreement that they had. And so for several years, Missouri River Energy Services have been supporting them, even though Nodak just left in 2023. MRES has been doing that supplemental support for Hillsborough since that time. They do work at about 5 other communities or 4 other communities, and so they're stretched pretty thin with one 2-man crew or 1 3-man crew. And so they've asked if we would be interested in it. They're based out of Barnesville, Minnesota currently, so that adds another 25 to 30 minutes of travel time to Hillsborough. We're a little closer. We've got a little bit more manpower, so we can support them. So we've been having those conversations. We provided them with a draft agreement, which is attached to the packet tonight as well, too. Again, this is contingent upon final legal review. We've got it in final form, and we've provided that to Hillsborough as well. They actually approved it contingent upon final legal review last night as well. And so we're just basically looking for approval on this agreement. Once we get everything finalized, we'll be having some more additional meetings operationally with Hillsborough to do a cutover date of when MPS takes over for MRES, and then we'll be supporting them. We've requested that they look at a master plan and some long-term planning for, system upgrades and things like that they probably need to be looking at for the long term. So that will be done by somebody outside of MPS. We might just be supporting them with reviewing of some of that stuff as well too. So overall, I think it's a good opportunity to support another MRES member. Talking with Eric John, our electric operations manager, he's comfortable with it as well too. So, and again, this is all contingent if or I shouldn't say contingent, if Hillsborough gets up to speed with their line crew and they decide they want to cancel this, and we're okay with that as well too. But we're willing to support them until they're ready for that. So, I'll take any questions.
Okay, well, this sounds pretty straightforward. I entertain a motion then to approve the agreement. Question?
I have a question, yeah.
Sure.
Great.
Thanks, Chair Thompson. So from an employee standpoint, it's just business as usual. They just drive to Hillsborough,
Correct.
and then MPS will get reimbursed for those hourly wages?
Yep, we'll get reimbursed for the hourly wages, any truck, any equipment, any materials that we provide for whatever restoration or repairs that have to be done. That all is paid for by Hillsborough. So, and that's part of the Exhibit A of the agreement, is where all that stuff is noted.
We have the manpower and the availability, and
Yep.
we come first?
And we come first, yep. That provision is included in the agreement. We did put some additional provisions in there that would allow for if they want to have a crew available for them at the same time. And so if they have an outage and we have an outage, if they wanted somebody they would have to pay for some on-call as well too. Right now, we're not planning to charge them for on-call services because we're using the same crew to do both Moorhead and Hillsborough. But if they wanted to have an on-call person as well, that means then they would have to pay additional on-call because we'd be paying our employees more for that as well too.
Any other questions? Okay, great. Now I'll entertain that motion.
I'll move to approve, Gilbertson.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Gilbertson, seconded by Daley, to approve the agreement with the city of Hillsborough. Any other questions or discussion? Seeing none, Gilbertson,
Aye.
Baker,
Aye.
Paulson,
Aye.
Daley,
Yes.
Thompson, yes. Great. Item number 10, Personnel Policy Manual. Mr. Schmidt.
Sure, I'll take this one again. Back in August of last year, MPS staff started working with Flaherty and Hood to revise our employee handbook that we had and take a bunch of commission policies and administrative policies and combine it into one big personnel policy manual. So all HR or majority of all HR functions are tied into this manual. Worked on that, or Flaherty and Hood worked on that up until about the first of this year. Since that time, staff has been working to review that, make sure that the policies all match. We're not changing any benefits or they're losing any benefits that we currently provide, but also wanting to make sure that we've increased or updated it to meet all state and federal law and requirements. So Flaherty and Hood did a really good job of pulling everything together based on current statute. And then staff, again, looking at everything, making sure that nothing was overlooked from that concern as well, too. Other than that, so along with that, we'll be rescinding a bunch of commission-based policies. Administratively, we'll also be rescinding a bunch of the commission or the administrative policies as well, too. There's a plethora there that I've got included in the agenda item. Overall, I guess my request is for the commission to approve the policy manual and rescind the commission policies, or what's in the recommendation.
Sure,
I should
thank
say.
you. Questions? I guess I just want to say thank you for getting this done, because this has been a long process. It's probably as long as you've been here, in your tenure here. And I appreciate the fact that we've been able to nail Flaherty and Hood down, get that work done, and the work that our team has done too.
Yeah,
So,
I would like to say kudos to all the division managers, and actually I want to give a big shout out to Cheryl, because she's done a lot of the cleanup. So she's got a little bit more formatting and cleanup to do, but overall, it's in pretty good shape. So I want to thank Cheryl especially.
absolutely. Thank you, Cheryl. Any other questions or comments? Okay, entertain a motion then to approve the personnel policy manual.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Paulson, seconded by Gilbertson, to approve the personnel policy manual. Any other questions? Last chance. Questions, discussion? Okay, moving on. Gilbertson?
Aye.
Baker?
Aye.
Paulson?
Aye.
Daley? Daley? We've lost Mary. Thompson, aye. We do have a quorum, so that's fine. Note the time of the vote, that we don't have Mary.
Mary, are you there?
Okay. Now, item number 11, closed session. Closed meeting for executive session. I'd entertain a motion to close the meeting as permitted by Minnesota Statute Section 13D.05 Subdivision 3C3 to discuss possible property transactions involving parcel number 58.900.2810 in Moorhead.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Gilbertson, seconded by Baker, to close the public meeting. He's here, okay, great. Gilbertson,
Aye.
Baker,
Aye.
Paulson,
Aye.
Daley?
Saying
She
yes.
said aye.
You're muted, Mary.
She's on a beach with a sailboat.
All right. This meeting is now closed for executive session. Oh, I voted aye too, I guess I didn't say it out loud. And do we expect action to be taken?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so action is expected in open session upon conclusion of the executive session. So we'll be right back. Thank you. She's there, Mary?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, Mary, thank you.
Woo-hoo.
One class I've never
Okay.
used in my career.
All right. I'd entertain a motion then to open the public meeting.
So moved,
Move to
Gilbertson.
open. Second, Daley.
Okay. I have a motion by Gilbertson, seconded by Daley to open the public meeting. Gilbertson,
Aye.
Baker,
Aye.
Paulson,
Aye.
Daley,
Yes.
Thompson, aye. Okay, we promised that there'd be action after the closed meeting, and there is. I'd entertain a motion then to authorize the purchase of land within parcel number 58.900.2810, as well as approve all necessary documents to complete the acquisition, and authorize the general manager and finance division manager to execute all required documents for land acquisition contingent upon final legal approval.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Daley, seconded by Paulson, to do all that. Authorize the purchase. And any discussion? Any questions? Seeing none. Gilbertson,
Aye.
Baker,
Aye.
Paulson,
Aye.
Daley,
Aye.
Thompson, aye. Okay, that takes care of that item. Now I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Gilbertson, seconded by Daley to adjourn tonight's meeting. Gilbertson,
Aye.
Baker,
Aye.
Paulson,
Aye.
Daley,
Yes.
Thompson, aye. Meeting's adjourned. Thank you for coming. Enjoy the rest of your evening.